All right.
Yo, yo, yo.
What
Oh
it
yeah.
do, Bubbaloo?
Boy, cold milk is smacks, dog.
Dude, how
Dad,
about
when
people that drink warm milk?
yeah,
You ever had
Dad.
warm milk?
That's when he was little. He used to drink it.
Warm milk?
Mm-hmm.
Like you put it in like the microwave or something?
I guess I don't know. I ain't
Or you
never
just
done
leave
it.
it on the counter till it gets
I,
warm?
dude, I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's terrible.
Like even my favorite show ever, Survivor,
Yeah.
they used to bring like out milk and cookies as a reward, and in order to keep it cold, they had ice in it. And I just remember thinking to myself, and they would always get excited. And I'm not the biggest milk person, anyways. And I just remember always thinking like, there's no way I could get excited for ice milk. Like, could you imagine watered down milk?
Yeah, I'm not drink. I don't even like
I love milk.
I don't even like 2% milk. Like I drink
No, me
whole
neither.
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I drink too. But like, and then plus out there, whenever they're recording all that stuff for that show, it'd be like 110 degrees.
Oh yeah.
You know how fat, and then they have to wait till the end of the challenge to get it. So all the
Yeah.
ice is melted. Like that's got to be the most nasty milk
Yeah, that's
But
probably
if
pretty.
you're
That's probably.
drinking
ever.
coconut water and water that
I
you've
guess.
boiled,
I guess.
something different might taste okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I that's always baffled me with that show. Like they get.
That's a
I don't know.
great show.
Oh, I love that show.
I love
Survivor
Survivor.
is a good show. I only watched about 3
Oh,
seasons, but
I
bro,
have
I've
watched
watched so
every
many seasons.
season. I've watched
Survivor
every season and a couple seasons like over.
twice.
Yeah, I love
Now
that
I
show.
have watched
I used to
Alone
wanted to
all the.
go on it.
Oh really?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I would still if I could. I mean, I just need to apply, but I don't even know how to begin to apply.
I'm sure it's probably on the internet.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too. I just always been too lazy to try.
What y'all get into at work today?
I had to weld a gate back up.
Oh
The
yeah.
yeah, the outdoor unit was too big to fit through it, so we told them to cut it down, and now I'll come over there and weld it back up.
Now
So
is that gate gonna work again or?
it worked after I was done.
Okay,
And
good.
they were like, "You know how to weld?" I was like, "I wouldn't call it weld. I know how to put two metals together, though."
Yeah, it'll hold till I'm done with the job.
I can't
Oh,
even remember what I did first thing this morning.
Didn't you go to
Dude.
Savannah that 8 system tune-up?
Oh yeah, that's right.
dang, you forgot that big of a tune-up? That's crazy.
Dude, well, I was late to it because it's 8 o'clock in Savannah. Kids don't get on the
Oh
bus till
yeah.
like 7:30, 7:35, and then there was a wreck on 21. That held me up another 20, 30 minutes.
I
So,
almost texted you and said, "Have you arrived?"
bro, I'd have been so mad at you. I would have been so mad at you.
I told Mom, I said, "Should I ask Shane if he's arrived?"
That would have aggravated me. But yeah, so I got there. The call was set for 8. The other two guys got there, I'm sure, right around 8. And I pulled up at like 9:07.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they about had it done by the time you got there.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
There's just no way for me to get to an 8 o'clock call right now.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Savannah, like somewhere in Effingham,
Or in your neighborhood.
especially my neighborhood. I could walk there by 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those are sweet. I like those for the last call of the day though.
Well, I say
I
I've
heard
got
that.
I've got a many of Snapchat videos, bro. This is my last call today, and then I'll zoom in. It's like, that's my driveway. I'm like,
I
yeah,
had
buddy.
one literally right next door.
Really?
And I
That's the
almost
video
just
you sent me, I think,
yeah.
of you saying, "Oh, I'm about to drive on home," and then the whole video was you going. Like,
Oh yeah, I got that same video.
I just turned
like
around and then
200
pulled right
yards,
through.
not even, probably like 75 yards right into your driveway. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was only like, you know how the Snapchat videos, what is like 10-second clips or whatever? It was only like 2 clips
Yeah,
of my drive home.
that's what I'm talking about. That's a good ride home.
there you go.
So after that, I went to the shop and starting the transition of being more in the office.
That'll be sweet.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Whole break your back labor will be slower. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we cut to a minimum.
That's always fun. I try
Yeah.
to do that. I try to hire somebody, but nobody wants to work, man.
No, they really don't. It's hard to find anybody to work.
Especially what they want. My job, man, they want more money than I make, and I'm like, I run this company, dog. Like,
Well, you know what I
y'all,
mean?
I need to
Either
get paid
you're
more.
getting underpaid.
Yeah.
You can't even see about a raise, my guy.
Yeah. Every time I ask for a raise, you know what happens? My dad, he'd be like, get in the bucket truck. You'll raise up about 60 foot. Speaking of my work, man, we finished. Let me phrase this. We did not finish. We got all the trees down on the ground and all of it cleaned up except for the wood, the logs. We are number 50 on the ground. She has decided that that's all she wants to do. She wasn't there today.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah, she wasn't there today, so
So that means tomorrow is your last day there?
no, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
It'll be Thursday. We'll be
If
there.
you do not ask for permission.
No, buddy. Oh, so yeah, speaking of, dog, I sent Shane a video. I might have sent. Did I send you a Snapchat today, Seth, about over a pond?
I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah.
Buddy, there was a group of 6 wood ducks flew into this pond at 2:00 in the afternoon. And I like sprinted to my truck to grab those calls. And then sprinted back to the pond and hid behind this bush and got down, like all crouched down and hit the calls a couple times. And I watched them go into like where I couldn't see them. And I hit those calls a couple times. And them jokers started coming right back out. I said, shoot, boy. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, we got 50 down. I think that she's gonna, now that they're all down, I think she's gonna see one more that was behind them that she's gonna want down. I'd be surprised if she doesn't, honestly. But yeah, so we get all the parts came in for the grinder. We was gonna get the grinder fixed. We got it all put together, and Dad's like, "All right, sweet, let's crank it up." Turn the key on, and oil starts shooting out everywhere. And
God.
all the water and everything is is like mixing with the oil. So either some type of gasket is blown or the cylinder wall's cracked. And I'm thinking that the cylinder wall's cracked with the amount of water that was in there. So yeah. So we just spent I don't know exactly how much money on it, but
Too much, apparently.
too much for it to be a nice yard ornament.
That's tough.
Yeah.
An expensive
That's
yard
really
ornament.
tough.
Yeah, it's tough, man. So I got a guy hopefully coming tomorrow to start grinding stumps, which sucks, but it is what it is. We got to get the job done somehow. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that being said, guys, this is the Southern Roots Podcast. We've got episode 6. We have been doing this for 6 weeks already. That's crazy. But
it has been 6 weeks.
yeah,
Time goes by quick.
man,
Yeah, it
episode
does.
6. That's 6 weeks in a row so far. We've been putting this thing out here. If you like what you hear throughout the podcast, please like, subscribe, follow, send it to a friend, drop a comment, do all the things you're supposed to do for social media. I'm Andy.
I'm Seth.
I'm Shane.
Well, y'all want to kick off with some pick'ems this week?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get out the way.
We'll get into a weekend recap in a little bit. We spent most of our weekend all together, so but we'll get into that in a little bit. Y'all got y'all's pick'ems done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this
Alright.
week wasn't nowhere near as difficult. I didn't feel like
No,
last
so
week. What did everybody go last week? We don't have to go over it. What did everybody go last week though?
I
went-
went. I don't even know how to find that, honestly.
Group results week 4. So
Oh, by the way, something real quick while we're trying to figure this out. Daggone it.
so Seth only got 1 pick wrong. I got 2 picks wrong. And Andy,
I
you
got
got
3, I think,
3
wrong.
picks
Yeah.
wrong. Yep. So I got the BYU and the Oregon State game wrong. We all got the Oregon State game wrong. Andy got the Ole Miss Alabama game wrong.
Yep, I did. I did
So,
indeed.
and then Andy also got the Notre Dame Ohio State game wrong, which I'm not gonna lie, I got that game right, but I really wanted to get that game wrong.
Dude, if Notre Dame could have got a stop at the end, that would have been incredible.
what
But
happened?
Apparently, they
the
only
last-
had 10
Yeah.
players on the field the last 2 plays.
yeah, the last 2 plays of the
How
game.
in the world? I don't know. What?
Yeah.
At that point, you deserve to lose.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know what I mean. That's bad. It's got to be bad coaching. I mean, unless somebody just decided to walk off the field. But no. So I just found out that on Pick'ems, this will make it a little easier for the second one is the where it's at.
What are you talking about? The second one?
So like for this week's first pick is the Florida Gators versus Kentucky Wildcats. It's in
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
Clemson Tigers versus
Yeah.
Syracuse is in Syracuse.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
That-
yeah,
that
yeah.
I
makes
didn't
sense.
know that.
Okay, I didn't know that neither.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that
it's
makes sense.
yeah. So they're all at the second selection. in
Yeah, that makes
PPP.
sense. Could be Florida at Kentucky, Clemson
Yeah.
at Syracuse,
Yeah.
A&M at okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So that way, because I know there's been times like, where is this at?
Yeah.
So
So just so everybody knows, the standings right now are me and Seth are tied at 30-10
Yep.
on the year, and Andy is 27-13.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy. But I've took a little
So,
bit more risky
it's-
calls.
It's still not bad. I mean, the pick. I mean,
It's still early too. I mean,
it's
Yeah.
still early. Yeah.
going into week 5, right? We're going into week 4.
Yeah, there's going to be a week where somebody has a really bad week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it might be this week. Someone
Could be.
There ain't no telling.
So, all right, y'all want to go over them real quick?
Yeah.
So Florida, Kentucky.
I got Florida. Florida.
Who you got, Andy?
I got Kentucky.
He can't pick Florida.
I
He
can't,
done said he won't.
I can't, dude. And so
got
it is.
Florida.
It is at Kentucky, and Kentucky's 4-0 right now. Which, granted, they haven't played anybody, but
I got Florida.
I mean, I'm with you. I hate picking Florida, and every time I pick Florida, I still want that pick to be wrong.
Oh yeah.
just for the record,
100%.
if I ever pick Ohio State or I ever pick Florida, I still want them to lose. That's the only time I'm okay being wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm picking Florida on that one.
yeah. All right. Well, there's that. Right off the gate, I'm either gonna win or lose that one against y'all. That's gonna start my comeback, baby.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Then we got Clemson and Syracuse.
I went Clemson.
I went Clemson.
Oh yeah, Clemson. So what'd y'all go with on the Texas A&M Arkansas?
This one was a little more difficult for me, but I
What'd you
did.
go with?
I did go. I went Texas.
I did too. I
A&M.
went A&M.
I got Arkansas.
Wouldn't surprise me. I just
It
think
would. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
we'll see. And then I don't know nothing about neither
yeah,
one of these
I went
teams.
with
I
the
went with
Jam-
the majority.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
South Alabama
Alabama,
Jaguars
yeah.
and James Madison.
James Madison actually ain't horrible.
I don't know nothing about it. I'm not. Yeah, I have no comment besides I went with the majority. And when 94% of people pick a team, and I don't know nothing about them, that's what I'm gonna go with. So yeah, I went James Madison.
Yeah. South Florida Bulls
And
and
Navy?
Navy.
I went South Florida.
So did I.
I did
They
too.
went toe to toe with a very bad Alabama team, and Navy is Navy.
Navy is
Navy
not
is
good.
Navy. Yeah.
Uh,
Big old facts. I thought this
and
would be closer, the Boise State Memphis game. With the pick, like the percentage wise.
Yeah.
It honestly kind of made me pick Memphis. Like I was already kind of like leaning that way a little, but like
you saw how lopsided the
yeah, I seen that
percentage
it
was.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, I went Memphis.
I did also go Memphis.
So this is the one I'm most nervous about. LSU and Ole Miss.
Which
I went
I,
LSU, but I'm not real confident. I'm not real confident in that pick at all.
Seth, what you got?
I got LSU, but the only reason I have them. So
I went on Miss.
like I don't
You
know.
went
They
Ole
did,
Miss last week. They already burned you. You gonna let them burn you again?
I'm gonna let Seth say his thing and then I'll say
so
mine.
like LSU didn't play a very good game, so I could see Ole Miss like feeling like this is a must-win game,
Mm-hmm.
and
And they're playing at Ole Miss.
I almost picked them because they didn't play very well against Alabama. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's more talent on LSU, so I went LSU.
Yeah. What
My
makes me
thing,
nervous is LSU secondary. Which I think makes everybody nervous anytime you pick LSU. You just never know if they're gonna
I
get
think
torched or not.
I think LSU has more talent and a better coach, so that's what I went with.
I think LSU's secondary is horrendous majority of the time.
I'm not saying it's a bad. I mean, it would not shock me if I get that pick wrong.
I mean,
I didn't really know where to go. I just trust LSU more than Ole Miss, which is kind of crazy to say because LSU has seemed like I don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get with them week in,
Yeah.
week out.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Ole Miss comes out like I'm hoping that they don't let Alabama beat them twice. You know how that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's going to be a better game than everybody's expecting for sure.
I think it's
I
gonna be a
do.
good game. Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
but
What was next one? Troy and Georgia State. I don't know nothing about neither one of them.
I went with
Georgia
Georgia
State's
State.
4-0, and so I went with Georgia State.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
me
a
too.
conference game right there. That's a Sun Belt conference. Oh, Georgia Southern Conference.
And then you got Notre Dame and Duke. I just think there's no way Notre Dame loses 2 games in a row. In fact, I think they probably come out and make a statement.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I don't
Yeah, I
know. I just want to see what the. So it is. I should have looked at this before. I know this is bad radio.
What?
Looking at point spread or something.
5.5 Notre Dame. I say they cover that. At Duke, I think they cover it.
Yeah, I think they win by more than a touchdown for sure.
Mhm.
Or at least a touchdown, I mean.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come out and make a statement for sure. So after that heartbreak loss,
Yeah.
and then West Virginia and TCU, I went with TCU.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I went TCU.
TCU's only losses against Colorado.
Yeah.
Who
By the way, got absolutely blasted last
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Holy. I figured that they would lose, and I figured Oregon would cover, but I
Me
did
too.
not
Well,
think it was going to be like that. I mean,
I
they
could've seen
took
them
them to the
covering or not.
woodshed, buddy.
I didn't know if they would cover or not, but they covered by almost 2. So
They freaking
Yeah, they
smoked
almost
them.
covered twice.
Yeah, they smoked them, dude.
Yeah, that was bad. Way I don't know what happened. Like Colorado didn't even look like the same ball team that's been on the field. Which now,
Well, they
granted,
just
I think
they're
what
played-
happened was
they're
is
playing
they played a team with better talent.
yeah.
I think that's all it came down to.
and their offensive line is very bad.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
let's be honest. If Colorado has already overachieved from what everybody thought they were going to do,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they were
which
picked
is
to
which
win
is
2 games this year.
something like that, which was impressive.
Yeah.
So they're not a terrible football team by no means. They're just not there yet. But I mean, he's been there for one off season.
Yeah.
Like you give him time, Colorado may be. I mean, I don't know about national championship level, but they're going to be
They're going to
a
be
good.
talked
They're going to
about.
be a
Yeah.
team. Yeah, they're going to be a team that you don't want to play because they may just absolutely screw your season.
Yeah.
For sure.
So they're just not there yet. They're going to get there. I don't doubt that. I'm
Me
not the
neither.
biggest Deion Sanders fan, but dude knows ball,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and people are
Dude,
going to want to play for him.
so we go to 12 teams next year playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think they make the playoffs next year? Think they're
No,
top 12?
Next year? No, not next year.
Maybe
I
in a
think they.
couple
I
years.
think. I think they could make a 12-team playoff, and I think a Deion Sanders coach team is going to, whether it's Colorado or not, I don't know, but they're going to. He's going to make a run at some point in time, for sure.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
knows ball, and people are going to want to play for him. I mean,
Yeah.
so eventually he's going to make a run.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, there's our picks for the week. We've got a couple different ones.
I think me and Seth are the same on everything, aren't we?
No, I picked
No.
one different.
He picked one different than you did.
The Arkansas game.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a make or break for me and you. Somebody gonna take the lead this week.
Yeah.
Andy's just trying to play catch up right now.
I'm trying to play as best
But
as I
honestly,
can.
it seems like a long ways back. You're only 3 games back.
Yeah, it's really not
Yeah.
that far, but
Yeah, it's not much. So
when-
we're not even to the
when-
halfway point
when
yet.
y'all are missing 1-2 games a week, like dropping 1 or 2 games a week, I mean, in order to catch up, I'm gonna have to go perfect.
Yeah. it's
Which, by the
difficult.
way,
Yeah.
is dang near impossible with college pick'ems because
You
we're
just
talking
never
about
know.
a bunch of kids. Like,
Yeah,
you never know
Oh,
what they're
for sure.
actually gonna do. Holy.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's why I
we've
don't
been doing
bet
this.
on
We've been doing this
sports.
for what 4 years,
At least, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
This is our
and
first
we've
one.
only had one perfect week ever between us.
Have you?
I've
Shane's
had
had
one perfect
one.
week.
It
Last
was
year I
last
had
year.
one perfect week,
Oh wow, I've never
and
had
it
a
was
perfect week.
close.
Really?
I picked one upset. I can't remember who it was, and they almost didn't pull it off.
Dang.
So that just goes to show you how hard. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I mean it's
I mean, I had a perfect week 2 weeks ago, and then Tennessee dropped the ball.
yeah.
So
Those
it's
dang
almost
Tennessee
impossible.
Vols.
I'm telling you, man.
We
I
ain't
wouldn't
gonna
have thought Oregon State would have lost.
I didn't.
To
I
Yeah.
know
Washington
we've been saying all year that Oregon State's, and I still think they are an underrated team. But I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You never know, man. That's why you got to go out there on the field and play the game.
Yep, that's
right.
why you don't play on
I
the
mean-
paper.
Washington State threw for like 70,000 yards, bro.
Bro, did you see that catch that kid made? The one hand, like the dude like dove, or they were like
It was you
falling.
talking about one-handed the entire way.
No, that's the Florida game.
That's the
Oh,
Florida
okay,
guy.
yeah.
I'm talking about the guy from Washington, or Washington State. They were like falling, and he caught the ball. Like the dude was on his arm. He caught the ball behind the guy's back with one hand.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was insane.
I saw that Florida catch where
Yeah.
dude caught a one-handed and
And then-
never touched the ball with his other hand.
and got lit up.
Yeah.
I was impressed
Yeah.
for sure.
To hold on to that with one arm, buddy.
Yeah,
About
it's
the only
impressive.
compliment Florida's going to get from us on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. Individual player. One guy.
Yeah.
You did all right, buddy. That one thing. Other than that, that's all you get.
Pretty much.
All right. So let's get into the weekend recap. That's hard to say. I said that last week.
Weekend recap?
Weekend
Yeah.
recap.
Yeah. Maybe y'all should say it then, because y'all ain't got no problem.
All right. Let's get into our weekend recap.
Look at there. All right. So we did a bunch of stuff together, but before I got to Seth's house, my dad's cousin came up from Florida. He's never really been hunting before. Dad was trying to get him on a deer. It didn't work out this weekend. That's kind of why you call it hunting and not killing or shooting or whatever else you want to call it.
Well, there's still some shooting involved.
There is.
Killing always
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
there.
Well, he didn't even get to pull the trigger on a crossbow at all. So, but he brought up 30 pounds of like, I don't even, they're like bigger than jumbo shrimp, man. Them things was huge. Like, I got
They
a,
were
big.
buddy, I
ginormous.
got a big old hand, and that mug went like, I mean, like, it was huge. They were all,
they
and they
were
were all that big too.
they were the biggest shrimp I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh,
I
by
was
the way,
impressed.
Seth, have you ate any of that stuff in your fridge, or did you forget about it, or?
I forgot about it until this morning.
Okay. Well, you may want to eat it before it goes
Yeah.
bad or throw it away. But anyways, so I boiled some shrimp while he was hunting Friday afternoon. Um and then Saturday we were all together. Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I napped. I took that
I
Sunday
would say
nap.
Sunday, yeah, I went to church. I came home and napped, and
Yeah.
that was it.
And then woke up at 7:30 Sunday after evening, and then was ready to rock and roll till 1 o'clock. It always sucks, but that Sunday nap just hits a little different. I'm here to tell you.
Yes, it does. Sunday naps are one of the most underrated things in life.
Oh, for sure. Especially as an adult, bro. Holy
Oh, dude,
cow.
I'm about a Sunday afternoon nap.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not doing just about anything on Sunday.
No.
There's certain things I'll do to avoid my Sunday nap, but not much. So what'd y'all get into other than Saturday? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
So
Friday,
Friday we had a sleepover essentially Friday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Friday night, yeah.
Yeah.
but Sunday I didn't go to church. I went and helped our little brother go paint his apartment before they gotta clean it all. I think he's trying to move in this weekend, maybe. I'm not 100%
Sweet.
sure.
Has he started
d-
that job over there yet?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
started
started
Monday.
Monday.
So I went
Is-
over there Sunday and helped him all morning until about 4 o'clock that afternoon.
Good deal.
We got it slammed out. I came back and got in the stand. I just seen the doe.
Did you?
Yeah, it came from behind me. It was all in the thicket and like the bushes. I couldn't ever get a shot on it. It came out late. It was so loud. I don't know if I've ever heard a deer from that far away. I was so shocked. But
Sound
it
like
ended up
Robbie walking through the woods.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, Andy. You're pretty loud in the woods too,
I
bro.
am pretty loud. I'm a big old dude though.
He's
Come on
used to
now.
walking through the woods duck hunting.
That's
He's not used
I'm about to
walking
say
through
though.
the
I'm
woods.
not. I very rarely do any type of hunting other than duck hunting, and you
I
can
feel like he
be
steps
as
on it
loud
on
as you
purpose.
want. Well, most of the time, walking in and out anyways you can.
I actually prefer to be loud walking in and out so we don't run up on any pigs.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, I actually sat because that doe, I heard it for a good minute. Even after dark, I was trying not to spook it, so I sat about 10 minutes after shooting time, waiting on it to leave, and it finally jumped in the neighbor's fence and went on about his business.
I heard that.
I had two coons daggone sitting on the pile of corn for the entire hunt. They came in about 30 minutes after I got there and sat there the whole time.
That's where all the corn's going. Ain't even going to deer.
Probably, dude. That's all that's eating Dad's corn is daggone raccoons, rabbits, and squirrel. That joker's
Boy,
got
they
a massive raccoon out there eating that corn.
eating all
buddy.
that daggone corn.
Yes, buddy. He's huge. I told Dad, I said, you need to shoot him.
Yeah.
But the deer, I mean, there are some does and a couple bucks that come out there, but nothing. It ain't like it was last year. That's for dang sure. But Dad shot a wall mounter his opening weekend last year.
He done spooked them all off. They're like, oh, we can't go there no more, bro.
Yeah, that man don't. That man don't miss. He misses. I'm here to tell you. Oh man. So yeah, Friday night, like Shane said a second ago, we had I mean I a spin
Grown up
a,
sleepover. I
a
mean, let's
spin
just
a
call it what it is.
spin a night party.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
No, we all went Saturday. We all went to a WMA, and then we had to be there. We didn't have to be there. We chose to be there at kind of like
Really?
daybreak.
Yeah.
And it's about an hour and
Right at
20,
an hour and a
15.
half.
Yeah, somewhere right about an hour and a half from Seth's place. So we all decided to stay. I say we all, us three. Well, he lives there, but me and Shane decided to stay at Seth's house Friday night. I slept on a cot. Shane slept on the couch. I'm not gonna lie though, that cot that I have. Shout out to mom because she bought it for a camping trip and probably never gonna use it again. I love it. That thing's so nice. It looks so simple, but it's so comfortable.
Dude, I love sleeping on a cot.
That's crazy too. People are probably like, "There ain't no way I'm sleeping on a cot." Like y'all are missing out. I'm here to tell you,
I mean, if you have a bed, then definitely sleep in the bed. But
So would you rather
cot
air
is a
mattress
good.
or a cot?
I'd
cot.
rather a cot.
Yep, I'd rather a cot for sure.
I
And
always
it,
sleep on it like an air mattress when I go camping. I'll
so
go buy a little twin air mattress, and when we go to a Thanksgiving hunt,
yeah,
you always get in the cot. I always get in the air mattress.
Yeah,
nah,
I sleep on a cot before I do an air mattress.
yeah. I'm too fat for an air mattress, man. All the air will be out by the time we wake up in the morning. I'll be sleeping on the ground. I ain't trying to sleep on the ground, boy.
Almost,
The way my back is set
almost like
up.
whenever you broke that hammock that one day.
Yo, yeah.
That was great.
Oh, that was great.
That was funny too. And then right then, what's his face come walking up the? Who was that come walking up?
Levi, he came
Oh
walking
yeah,
up the
off of
road 'cause he
Devin.
got
Yeah, he got
the
Devin's
That
foot.
was
four-wheeler
right
stuck.
after Devin said he's been gone a while. I hope he didn't break my four wheeler.
And then
And then
then I
and
hop
then
in the
Andy's
hammock.
caught. Yeah, Andy's hammock breaks. And then we look down the road, and here comes Levi walking without a four wheeler. And Devin said, "Ain't no way." I said, "Buddy, I think there's a way."
Yeah, yep, it's happening. Oh man, yeah, that was crazy. But so we did some serious recording, video clips, some pictures and stuff from this weekend of our. I know we said on our last episode, it was we were gonna go squirrel hunting. We
Squirrel
really
hunting and
used that
scouting.
as a
Loose term
loose,
for scouting.
very loose term for scouting. We got 3 squirrels. We didn't do a whole lot of actual squirrel hunting. Like we walk
We
around if
didn't.
we
We
see.
didn't get the opportunity.
That is true too. We can get into that also in
In
just
just
a
a minute,
second.
yeah.
But yeah, we got we got a ton of stuff to put out, man. Hopefully here in the next few I'd really hoping probably by the end of this week I'd love to have it up.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
But I just got it all on my computer today and we record on Tuesdays, so hopefully I can get it edited and stuff. It's gonna be a learning curve. So the first one's always your worst one, but holy, this first one's
Yeah, take it easy on us in the
yeah,
comments.
it might it might be bad on this first one,
And
but
I can already tell you that we have some bad camera shots.
yeah, some of the footage is not good. Some of the footage we might not even just it may not just be usable. Period. But
Hey, we're
Yeah.
working on our cameraman.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
a trooper for us.
Yeah, he was. At one point I looked back and he was carrying a camera, a 22, a 17, his 20 gauge, my 20 gauge, a book bag, and
my
all 3
God.
of us are just walking.
Bro, you're making us sound terrible.
Hey, y'all will understand in a little bit why it was like that.
It
But
was bad. Like I looked back at
yeah.
one point, I was like, I'll take my shotgun back. Like I'll hold my gun. But anyway, so the idea is we got some footage to come up from this past weekend, man. We had a ton of fun. A lot of what kind of happens with our fall Saturdays just about as much as we can do it that way.
I mean,
But
it's a Saturday in the South
yeah,
this
yeah,
time of year.
yeah. This time of year, it is literally a Saturday. I mean, you talk to just about any.
You talk to just about anybody, they're either doing what we did or wishing they were doing what we
Yeah,
did.
they're doing they're doing probably some type of hunting in the morning. As soon as they're done hunting, they're going to sitting and cooking and setting up to watch college football all day, and then gonna go hunt at night again.
Oh.
90% of the people around here, that's gonna be a Saturday. So that's kind of where we get our whole Southern roots deal from. Is that's what we do around here. We're gonna let y'all see it, but hopefully, the video turns out good. If not, maybe the next one would be better. So,
Hopefully.
but y'all wanna talk about Saturday a little bit, or
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, we woke up 5 in the morning,
We're up at 5.
yeah,
roughly. We left about
Made some
5:30,
coffee.
5:45. We already had everything loaded up, so
yeah,
we were able
that's
to
a
just kind of
game
jump in the
changer. By
truck.
the way, pro tip or not a pro tip.
Load up the night before,
Yeah,
yes.
get everything ready the night before. So much
That
easier
way,
when you
you're just
wake
getting
up.
dressed, grabbing your gun, going to the truck, and going.
Yep, that's with anything, man. That's with hunting. That's with fishing. I mean, like I know my dad. They'll be used to. He's a lot better with it now, but used to, man. He would wake up early and start loading the boat up. Then I'm like, man, we should have done this yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah. So sorry. Go ahead. Continue, Seth. Sorry.
No, I mean we left about 5:45. What time we get there? 7:30, 7:15.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
and
that.
that's after stopping to get gas and breakfast too. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not bad.
Robbie was I don't think he was waiting there too long. He was waiting there
I think he
by,
said he was waiting there like 10 minutes or something like that.
yeah, so he done kind of stretched his legs.
So
And
Robbie too, just so everybody knows who he is. He's a guy that used to work with me and Seth. Y'all will see him
probably a lot.
probably a decent amount, especially in the videos. I'm sure maybe eventually get him on a podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind getting
Yeah.
him a camera or whatever.
So, but definitely as we're out doing stuff,
Yeah.
you'll see he'll be one of the more
More regular guys in the YouTube stuff.
reoccurring
Yeah.
people that show up in the videos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We unloaded the Ranger, and we pretty much started from there. We went to one spot, and we didn't see a squirrel the first spot we went to, right? Yeah, not the very first spot. We ended up walking to a different spot, and we were just kind of sitting there. Andy was crunching on every single limb he could find.
Lies.
And
Him and Robbie both. Robbie would see a stick and say, "Stomp on it," and
So
then say, "Oh, me? What?"
so once
No.
once I was made aware of it, I did try and do better. I just never had to
I
walk
heard it the
through
first time, and I will say I didn't really hear it much after. But the
I,
first
I've,
time, I was
I've
like,
never
"Good
just
grief."
I've just never had the mind stepping on sticks. So I just walk. You know
Kinda
what I
like
mean?
Shane's son out there just running around.
Oh,
Leave him out of this.
yeah.
So we seen that first squirrel, and that one got away. We ended up sitting there waiting on it for about 10 minutes or so, and then y'all looked on the map and y'all seen a little clear cut. I mean, I don't know when y'all found it or whatever. I was looking at trees. Y'all can say how.
Yeah,
or
we
what
were just pretty
found it.
much. I was just pretty much standing there, like y'all were all looking, and I was just looking at Onyx through the what's it called, WMA.
Mhm.
I was looking at the WMA on Onyx, and I just said, like, I went over to Shane and said, this looks like a distinct change in
Terrain. Yeah.
terrain. So
It was on the map. It was extremely distinct.
yeah. So
In there, it wasn't as distinct.
that is true. Once we got there, we were like,
Is
this
this
line
right?
is
Yeah.
not as what is it, as sure as it looked on the
On the map.
on the map. But when I told Seth, I was like, hey Seth, we're gonna, and he said, yep, let's do it. I was like, all right, bet. So we
I'm going with the flow, bro. I don't give a
yeah.
hoot what we do.
Also, we went to as we was coming from that first little spot where we didn't see a squirrel to the second spot. Robbie was carrying the book bag with the thermocell in it, and
Big on.
yeah,
Yeah, as y'all know, thermocells are extremely important to me. I literally picked it on a survival list.
yeah.
So yeah, when we found out he lost that, I was pretty
It was kind of a
devastated to say the
bummer.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, it wasn't too bad. I didn't actually really get bothered with mosquitoes too bad at all, which we stayed moving pretty good after we got to our next spot. But so we went back to the buggy, which we had not actually walked that far from the buggy at all. We were probably
100 yards.
I
100
think it was
yards.
like 130 yards back to the buggy.
Oh yeah, it was just something like that. Yeah, off the on Onyx. By the way, if you don't use Onyx and you go into the woods, you
100%.
Highly
you are
recommend.
making a mistake.
Go ahead and pay for it.
Yep.
Download
It's
whatever.
like-
It's like
whatever you
$30
want.
It's
a
like
year.
$30 a year. You can get all the private. It gets all the. Man, they really should sponsor us for this ad. But anyways, uh,
We're just trying to help you not get lost.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. You get all of the.
You can download offline maps, so if you don't have service, it still works.
Yeah, you get-
It's
it's nice.
it's a
sweet.
total game changer. It gives you landowner information if you're trying to find some private land that you want to hunt. It gives you all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah,
definitely a tool. It helps you do scouting too before you even go out there to scout.
yeah,
I mean, there's been
I mean,
times
this-
where I've gotten down and I'm like, I don't think I went that way. But Onyx is like telling me like that's the way I'm supposed to go. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, here we go.
yeah.
And they brought me right where I was needed to go.
Always
Which
takes.
I mean,
always
the
takes you back.
spot where all the magic happened, we literally found and went to because of Onyx.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
If it would have been for Onyx, if you're just driving by, you would never go in there.
no, because it just looked like from the road. It just looks like pine, just like
And a
pine.
bunch of palmettos.
Yeah.
So,
So we hop in the buggy, go to where that little distinct terrain change is at, and we hop out. We get on one squirrel right there. Yeah.
One turned into two.
yeah, one
I
turned
sh-
into
I
two.
shot the
Oh,
one.
that is right. That's right. Yeah. Shane. Seth shot one, and another one. I thought he missed because I seen another squirrel. As soon as he shot, another squirrel ran from that tree, that same exact tree, and started running through pine trees, tops of pine trees, and I'm, following it. And they said no, it hit the ground. So I said, okay, well, there's another one sitting in this tree somewhere. So we sit there and wait on it. And wind up getting it down. So there's two. We got two squirrels in the bag, and then we are gonna start making our way down this terrain line, and where all the fun starts to happen is pretty much at this point.
Yeah, so Seth was carrying a 17 HMR at first, and somehow I ended up with it.
Well, you know how 22s are. You tried shooting that one squirrel that I ended up killing like twice or something, but
I had duds back to back.
two
Yeah.
does back to back. So after I shot it, I was like, okay, I done killed one. And 17 HMR is a lot more reliable round. So I was like, here, you use this.
That's right.
I'll use 22. And I'll let Shane talk about what's going
Yeah,
on now.
so then we're just walking along that. So what it is, it's a big like pine hill, and you walk this line and then it drops down to a big bottom.
Yeah. That
And
we
so we're
actually
just
never
walking-
made to.
Yeah, so we're just walking along this little line, and we stop and we're talking. To pull out my phone, and we hear something big in front of us in the palmettos. There's palmettos all over the place. Hear something big in the palmettos in front of us. That's not far at all. So I just dropped my phone, grabbed a 17, and start looking. I ease up into the palmettos, and I can see where it goes down into the bottom. And this thing had quit making noise. And so I just assumed that it hit that bottom and took off. So we're like, we assumed it was a pig. So Seth and Robbie go to walk around. And me and Andy are going to walk through the palmettos. I done basically made it through it to go into the bottom. Andy hands me my phone. I go to put it on my phone clip. It falls. So I pick it back. I was like, hey, let me text this guy back real quick. And while I'm texting you back, Andy, I guess what you heard?
But it moved right beside me.
Okay, yeah. So
Like,
he heard something
yeah. So
right
I heard
beside
it
him.
move within. I mean, it was closer than that door behind me.
It was
Yeah.
within,
Way
you
like
said
way
about
closer.
6 feet. It's about 5,
Yeah,
6 feet
it
away.
was
6
5 to
feet at the
6 feet.
most.
Yeah, at the most 6 foot.
And so Andy's like, Shane. I was like, what? I put my phone on. He's like, that pig is right here. I was like, no, it's not. Because I've done been all in those palmettos for like past 3 minutes looking around, trying to see the best way to get through it. I was like, no, it's not. He's like, I'm telling you, there is a pig right here.
Yeah,
And
I
so
mean,
I go and I look, and there's this big dark shadow standing there, and it's not moving at all. And so I'm thinking it's just the way the sun is shining through and casting a shadow right there. I was like, that's not a pig. Like, he's telling me I know for a fact. And I'm like, no, it's not. And
yeah,
I'm 5 feet away from this thing too. I'm just like, no, it's not. And then all of a sudden, I see its head move. I was like, holy cow, that actually is a pig.
yeah. And we
And
are
so
in it, buddy.
yeah, so we're pretty close, and visibility is extremely low, obviously. And I don't know if any of y'all know much about wild pigs. They could be, they're very unpredictable.
Yeah.
You don't never really know what they're going to do. I don't think they know what they're going to do. So,
That one
and I've
didn't.
heard,
No.
yeah, that one definitely didn't. It was like, I'm just going to stand here completely still and go from there. And so I mean, I've heard nightmare stories of pigs charging people after they've been shot and all that stuff. And so we made the decision there that we're going to try to put a bullet in it. It's just there is a slight chance, and if it makes, we have no idea how the video footage is.
Yeah.
We attempted to record it. Hopefully, we could put it in. And so we're like, all right, we're going to do this. And I look at Andy. I was like, you ready? He's like, I think so. I said, we may be in a mess. And then I watched him slowly take a step back. And I was like, I guess we got to send it. And I pulled the trigger. And that thing thankfully took off running away from us. So we hollered at Seth and Robbie, like, hey, it's coming y'all's way. And they see it run past them. And I look at, I mean, my heart was racing.
Dude,
No
dude,
pig.
I was
It
literally
was-
shaking.
It was
like,
over knee high. I mean,
I don't know if y'all were able to see like its whole body. But I ended up seeing the whole actual
Yeah.
pig. It was probably a 200-pound pig, if I had to guess.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, it was
I
a
knew it
big
was
pig.
over my knee, but I didn't realize it was that big.
yeah,
was a big
dude,
pig.
dude. As soon as it took off, buddy, I was shaking. Like,
Oh, we started like, I mean, it was intense. I've been in the woods pretty much my entire life, and at no point in time have I ever been more nervous in the woods than what I was right there.
yeah, that was that's probably one of the
I mean, personal experience. I've had a pig bite the barrel of a 30-30 that I was holding.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah,
I was extremely nervous. So we go and meet up with Seth and Robbie, explain everything that happened to them. And they told us that they saw it run across, and we're sitting there. We finally calmed down enough to get our heart rates back down to go back and look, and we're looking and we're not seeing any blood in that area. And I was like, there's no way. By the time I shouldered the gun, the barrel of that gun had to be 4 foot away from that pig. I was like, there's no way I missed. I don't see how it's physically possible
Yeah.
that I missed. So look, we don't see any blood, and so I'm kind of frustrated at that point because now I'm thinking I don't know how in the world I missed, but I had to have missed. There's just no other explanation. And then we meet back up with Seth, and he sees another squirrel. We shoot it. We pick up the squirrel, and I guess by luck, the grace of God, whatever you want to call it, he looks down, and it's not a little bit of blood. Like there is
I
a
was like,
good
"Hey,
bit of
there's some
blood
blood right here, guys."
right
Yeah.
next to where he was.
Yeah, because that was I seen which way it ran. So while they were calming down, I was walking that way a little bit, and then I seen a squirrel. So I told them, "Hey, come over here. There's a squirrel." So that's when we obviously popped it, and that's when we started tracking from there. Um, it was a long tracking process.
Yeah.
A very long tracking
Yeah,
process.
the footage of the tracking process is not the greatest. We may put some of it in there, but yeah. So we come up to the what was it? I put in the buggy. Well, not the buggy.
It was over 500
Yeah,
yards of
it
tracking.
was
Is what
over
it ended up being.
500 yards, 2 hours of tracking, and our last spot just kind of it it just dried up, guys.
Yeah. So what I believe happened is, so where we saw the last bit of blood, what would y'all say, 70 yards in
Yeah,
front
it
of
wasn't
that,
very far.
there was this huge bottom that was holding water.
Yeah, it
Oh,
And
was.
so
really?
my
I didn't
thought
even make it
is,
that far.
yeah,
Yeah,
me, Seth, and Robbie all saw it. So
Okay.
my thought is that after we saw that last bit of blood, it probably hit that bottom, and there's no doubt in my mind that that pig is laid up,
Somewhere
and
now.
they're now
Yeah.
feeding the buzzards.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, like we gave it an honest effort. I mean,
Yeah.
if it makes it in there, you're going to see videos of me on my hands and knees, tracking. You'll see.
I think
I
at
think at
one
some
point
point in time,
everybody yeah.
everybody had got on their hands and knees and
Yeah.
tracking,
We're
and
all yeah.
that's where Robbie ended up holding everybody's
Everything.
stuff because he was kind
Yeah.
of marking the last place we saw blood, and then we're going in front of him finding more blood. I mean, where it ran across the road, it basically spray painted the road with blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a little bit of blood,
Yeah.
and then it slowly started to get less and less and
Yeah.
less, and the last bit of blood we found was literally the size of one pine needle.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
was only on that pine needle. That was the last bit of blood we found, and
That was it.
yeah.
Yeah. It was
So unfortunately, that's, you hunt long enough, you're going
Yep.
to have times like that. It doesn't get any easier because you feel like, as a hunter, especially if you're an ethical hunter, it really eats at me.
Yeah.
Because you feel like, one, you wasted an opportunity, and two, you wasted that animal, which in reality you didn't. I mean,
it's
Oh, yeah,
it's
feeding
going to go to
something,
it's going
yeah.
to go to use somewhere to
Yeah.
some type of animal or something. I mean, everything's got to eat. So, but yes, it was an extremely frustrating, a lot of highs and lows, and unfortunately, it didn't end with the ultimate high of
Retrieving.
recovery and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was
We would be
it-
like we would be searching and searching and searching and we wouldn't find no fresh new blood for 5-10 minutes and then one person would be like, blood.
Blood.
Yeah.
And then
And then
everybody's
it'd
like,
be-
oh,
and then
and
and then
everybody,
it'd be a bunch of blood.
yeah, and then it'd be blood,
Yeah.
blood, 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 all the way like for long ways,
Another 100
and then
yards,
you
yeah.
couldn't find it, and then we'd go looking around, and again you'd hear somebody yell, man. I mean, it just you would think, and that's what I kept thinking at the end right there. I was like, somebody's gonna find blood in a second, like. It's
Yep.
happened every time. Someone's
Yeah.
gonna find blood, and we just
And in my experience, anytime I've tracked an animal, one or two things, as the blood trail starts to really thin out, one or two things normally happens. Either you're extremely close
Or it's
or
gone.
you're not finding it
yeah
Yep.
because that wound's done clogged up somehow, some way, and it's running for I don't know how long now. I really don't understand. Granted, I understand pigs are extremely resilient animals,
Yeah,
but the fact that that joker ran for as long as it did,
With no
bleeding as
blood?
much as it did, and us not to recover it,
yeah, that's pretty.
I was surprised.
Yeah,
It's
it also
frustrating.
didn't start bleeding. Like, I mean, where Seth now, granted, that might not be the first place that it started blood, but I mean, we looked all the way down that, and we didn't see any blood from where we shot it or where you shot it till where Seth found that blood, that first bit of blood. But I mean, you would
I was
think
probably
that
100 yards from where y'all
that's
shot
what
it.
I'm saying. Like
That's what I was. Yeah,
it, like already, That thing has moved 100 yards and hasn't dropped a single drop of blood yet. That we saw. I mean, like you said, we didn't.
It had to have, because the
Yeah,
first blood that Seth found
Yeah, it was a lot.
was a lot of blood.
yeah,
Just for whatever reason, we couldn't see it.
yeah. That's
Legally
true.
blind.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we got. So let's get into a couple of kind of tag along with that story from this weekend. Let's talk about a couple crazy hunting stories. We got a little time left, so um, we like each do maybe one or two crazy hunting stories. So what y'all got?
Well, I had a kind of experience like we did this past weekend, but I'll go with something else. Uh, one of my crazier hunts was I was hunting at a WMA off the river, uh, and it was out of nowhere it starts pouring down rain. Um, ain't nobody bring no rain gear, nothing. It. I was with my uncle and two of my cousins,
Yeah.
and one of them actually got a pig whenever we went, but it was probably the most rain I've ever sat through in my climber ever.
Really?
Yeah, I was drenched the whole time. I ended up seeing a snake just sitting in the tree. Uh, I was ready to get down because I was soaking wet, but they ended up texting and saying that they were gonna stay up about right whenever it started. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever. We're just gonna sit through it and see what happens. We got back to the boat and we couldn't even get in the boat. We had to turn the bilge pump on because how much water was already in the boat.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
it was. I mean, it
Freaking
downpoured.
monsoon.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say
I
y'all
mean,
sat through a straight up hurricane.
yeah, it felt like it. I'm not gonna lie. My tree going back and forth. I was like, oh my, why are we still sitting? And then lo and behold, one of them killed pig. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. I heard that. Shane, you got one?
Yeah, so mine is actually out in Tuckahoe. Whenever it was crazy flooded. So you know the swamp that we normally go down into, we normally drive.
Yeah.
That gate right there, the water was all the way to it.
Oh
To the point
wow.
that we took a boat, backed it down in, and got in the boat and ran those roads on the boat.
Oh goodness.
Finally found a hill, got up on the hill. It was me, little Bobby, Dad, and Uncle Bobby. I think we're the only ones that went. So you weren't there, right?
I don't remember this, so I don't think so.
And Anthony was there.
Okay.
Because when we went to go leave, Anthony had some, I can't remember, it was a vehicle he hadn't had long, and he was used as a hunting vehicle. And when we went to go leave, his alarm on that, it was some type of SUV, started going off on it. And we're like, hey, turn the alarm off. He's like, dude, I didn't even know I had an alarm. So it's just in the woods. And we're like, oh my God. So yeah, he was there too. So we get in the boat, we go, get up on a hill. I climb, little Bobby climbs, Anthony climbs. And since it's so flooded, the hill was only so big, so there was really nowhere for Uncle Bobby and Dad to climb. So they kind of waded through some water and went to another hill and just kind of walking around. They ended up popping up a pig. We load the pig up in the boat. We go to come back, and the boat wouldn't crank.
Oh God.
So we're like, well,
That
what do
ain't
we
good.
like? Yeah, like what do we do? And you have no cell phone service out there, so there's
No,
no
yeah.
help coming.
Yeah, no.
So
Tuckahoe
you
is
gotta, yeah, you gotta
yeah.
figure it out, or you gotta hope somebody knows where you're at and just comes.
Yeah.
And so I remember we had some paddles. We were trying to paddle. It was taking forever. you could walk alongside the boat, but it was like chest high. And so Dad and Uncle Bobby get out and they're walking the boat down the road,
Well, I know
trying to
that
get
was
back to the
cold
truck.
too.
Oh yeah, it was cold. And there's no waiters or nothing because we weren't,
Yeah.
that's not the plan,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're like chest deep. And y'all know Tuckahoe Roads, there's just holes all
Everywhere,
over the
yeah.
place. And so we're walking, and I'm sitting here watching Dad and Uncle Bobby on the side of the boat, walking it. And then all you see is Uncle Bobby, I guess, hit one of those holes. He drops straight down. His hat goes off his head. You see a bunch of bubbles, and then he pops back up because he found the ground. I mean, he got totally drenched. By the time it was all said and done, we got back to Uncle Bobby's house in Guyton at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Still had to skin out the pig and all that stuff. By the time we get back to Mom and Dad's, it was like 3:30, 4, something like that. Going to bed. That was
Jeez.
a long night, but that hunt will probably stand out. That's a hunt that I will tell hopefully my great grandkids about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny though. So really though, like your Uncle Bobby probably only stepped in like about a foot deeper hole than what it already was, right?
Yeah, probably. I just wasn't gonna bust him out like that, but yeah,
That's jacked up,
Yeah.
Andy. That's jacked up.
That's funny. No. So my I don't really have a whole lot of crazy hunting stories except for duck hunting stuff, but I've already told a bunch of those on here. So I got one that was kind of more of a cost of public land hunting story. So on the Tuckahoe trip that we do, well, let me rephrase that. The Thanksgiving hunt trip that we do that's been at Tuckahoe for the past several years. This past year, we're already all like, this is the last hunt of the week. We're already like all mad because
Yeah, we're kind of burnt out at this point.
nobody's hardly seen anything. We're just like, I'm so ready to go home. I'm ready to take a shower. We're ready to go to a different one next year because this place sucks. I mean, just all this stuff, right? So we're like, bump it. We're gonna go sit one last time. So I go probably, and one thing you're not doing with this group, you're not beating us to just about any hole. I'm here to tell you. That includes sitting in a deer stand in a climber. So with public land, like
Yeah,
we'll
get
get
up
there.
early and
We'll get
Yeah.
there. So
You may not be happy about it, but we'll
yeah,
be there.
yeah, we'll be there. So this was actually an evening hunt. There's a nice food plot, man. I was really kind of excited to go sit at it. And I parked the buggy, down the way a little bit. There's an entrance to the food plot, so I parked it, near that, so people would know that hey, there's somebody in there. Well, I go. I mean, it's probably 3:30 maybe, 4 o'clock at the latest. And I climb up the tree, get situated. I'm chilling, just sitting there. Then all of a sudden, probably 5 o'clock, 5:30. It was within 30 minutes of the actual sunset time.
So
I mean, it was like,
late.
yeah, it was way late.
I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah, it was the dude. So I hear a buggy coming down the road. I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody's just driving by. That's part of public land. I mean, that happens all the time. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
Most of the time, it doesn't really affect much, anyways. But so I hear it, and I hear it slow down, and I hear it shut off. I said, okay, maybe he's just going in the woods on the other side of the road. Like, he's super late, but whatever. And next thing I know, here come bebopping in this entrance of this field, some guy with a blind he pops out a little blind, and I'm like, I look over, and I whistled one time, and he looks up, continues doing what he's doing. I whistle again. He looks back up. I wave my little orange vest at him. He puts his blind up, sits down. I said, ain't no freaking way this dude just sat down right now. I mean, he was probably 30, 40 yards from me.
That would make me so
I said
mad.
there's no way. In the whole time in my head, I'm thinking I'm punching this dude in the throat when I get down out of this tree. I'm doing it. Like there ain't no way.
Running off of no sleep.
Yeah, running off of no sleep, running off of already ill from this this trip because we ain't seen anything all week long. And then it gets dark, so I hop down, and the dude is, as soon as I hit the ground, he comes out of his blind and starts taking it down. Well, I have to walk. He's not done, so I have to walk right past him. So he walked in the entrance and just set his blind right there. So I had to walk past him, and it's some old behind dude. He's probably 60 or better. And I was like, he's like, you didn't see nothing way up there, did you? I said, no, sir, and kept on walking. I was like, you son of a gun. I said,
You better be glad.
yeah.
That would be.
I said,
If it wouldn't be considered elder abuse, I'd be whooping your tail right now.
I said, buddy, man. I was so mad, dude. That's the first time I've ever had like somebody really come in and like sit on top of me like that. But dog, I was so mad. And then after he got in there, man. I had my gun like sitting up. I was, as soon as something, because it was gonna be a race to whoever could pull the trigger first. So I was like, I was about to quick scope this deer, man. I was ready.
He's still in Call of Duty.
I said, bro, I said, if something comes out, I have got to be able to pull the trigger first. So, but it didn't happen. Didn't see anything. Shocker, right? There's no deer in Tuckahoe.
Well, welcome to public land, dude. There's definitely deer.
Nah,
We've seen them when we were scouting
We've
and
seen,
driving around at night.
And that's what's crazy, man. We go out there and scout weeks ahead of time, and we find good scrapes. We find good, all this nice stuff. We see them. I mean, and you go out there and sit. Don't see none of it.
Rolls, man.
Yeah, that's like I said earlier. That's why they call it hunting, not killing.
Yep.
So, but yeah, guys, this has been the Southern Root Podcast. Thank y'all for joining with us. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, follow, and share the podcast with a friend. Drop a comment on our YouTube channel, and check us out on TikTok. Be looking for our YouTube video hopefully towards the end of this week. Actually, it will be sometime near when this podcast is put up.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case.
Just be looking out for it.
Be looking out for the
It'll
YouTube.
be up here soon. At some point.
Yeah, be looking out for the YouTube videos. But with that being said, my name is Andy.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Shane. Remember, always keep those Southern roots.
Yo. Oh, I hit the wrong button.